Hey, welcome back to the Operator 2.0. I'm AI Jones, and I'm going to sit here and talk to you about the balance of AI versus your personal life. This is a very important concept because if you do use it too much, it will set you off balance. Let me explain. If you use AI too much, in too many different things that come up in your personal life, you will be more dependent on the artificial intelligence than your own intuition and your own ability to make this a reality. So ask yourself, what is it that I really want? An answer, an idea, help finishing something? What details should I give so the AI knows exactly what I mean? Now, these are questions that you need to ask yourself and come up with your own answers. For me personally, I want clarity in a lot of situations. So I use AI technology to give me the clarity that I need in a circumstance so I can better optimize my process. Whether it be ideas, whether it be helping finish something, the clarity will give me the other two. So clarity is kind of the big focus for me when it comes to what I'm looking for. Details matter. I've mentioned this a couple of times in this course. The details that you give the AI are very important. So taking a few minutes with this question can really benefit you in the future, because the details are one of the most important things that you can use to be able to get a better result from the AI. Now, the last question I want you to focus on is, what will I do with the answer, right? So if you do get a result, if you do get an answer, the best thing you can do is transition that into an action. You need to pair your results, you need to pair your answers with actions, because ideas are just ideas without discipline and consistency. That was a very famous quote by Denzel Washington. You need to make sure that the ideas that you're inputting and the results you're getting as output transition into actions. And that's what's going to make the big difference when it comes to your process and what you're looking to specifically do. So the balance matters, right? If you're going to allow the AI technology to become overwhelming in your life, well, that's not really operating from a place of being the conductor and being the person in control. You're allowing more control to be in the hands of the artificial intelligence than you as the person operating your life. I want you to ask the AI something. What's one skill I can practice this week to get healthy, even if it feels hard at first? Now, I understand that seems small and generic, but every little step you take towards your future matters. Every single step that you take, big or small, matters when it comes to how you're going to see this result in your future. So, how are you able to take small steps in your life? Remember, I mentioned earlier about the 3 typical questions a doctor will ask you when you go into the clinic, right? They ask, are you sleeping regularly, right? For 8 hours, right? Are you eating regularly? And do you exercise on a daily basis? These 3 questions are helping the doctor determine what areas you need to improve, right? So now with this question, you're asking the AI similar things to be able to help you improve, even if it's just a small step, like going to bed a little earlier, shutting off your phone screens at 10 p.m. and giving yourself time to wind down, because you are in fact stimulated. The more you're consuming this content, the more you're invested in the screens, you're still stimulating your mind for long periods of time, right? So these are the questions that you need to ask. Number 2, help me create a 3-step plan for my top goal this week. You need to keep focusing on the goal. What goal are you trying to achieve? What is your biggest projected goal to be able to accomplish in order to keep you fulfilled and living a happy life? That is your focus. And as specific as your goal is, the results that you're going to get. So the more specific, I should say, your goal is, the better the results. The last question I want you to focus on is, how can I support my schoolwork, projects, or business without doing the thinking for me? A lot of people use AI technology in their daily life at work, when it comes to school. I talked to an individual that uses AI tech to start breaking down concepts and giving them clarification in their own learning style. Because if you go to school to be like a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer in a very specific area, sometimes the literature that you're reading can seem like hieroglyphics to a person like you. So people scan the literature and they give it to the AI technology to summarize what it is that it's trying to tell you so that you can understand it at your level. So there is benefits to being able to ask these questions and get the results that you need, and then immediately incorporate them into your life through action. So this is the balance between the two. We never want AI to take over and overpower our daily process or overpower our ability to do something. We always want to make sure that we're balancing our real life routines and actions just as much as we're balancing the knowledge and the skill and the clarity that we're trying to grow and optimize. I appreciate this is a bit of a shorter lesson because it kind of speaks for itself, but I encourage you to actually go and try this out. Try asking some of these questions. Try putting yourself in a position of vulnerability so you can see the answers that you need and you can sort through the results and understand what really caters to you and what doesn't. And sometimes you won't get exactly what it is that you're looking to get, and that's how you know that the details may not be where they need to be. So the details matter. Thank you for tuning into this lesson. This one is about balance and how we're balancing AI usage and our real life. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about your first mission. So stay tuned because this next one is really important to start putting these thought processes and concepts into action.